So it is unit 6, tourism. Today's topic is tourism. Hiking the Inca trails, Inca civilization, and there is a mountain. Imagine a mountain of a civilization, and we are going to hike on that. So that is the topic. Before we start, we are going to look at the words here. We have a total of 20 words. तो पहले इन 20 words का meaning हम एक बार देखेंगे. पहले rough word देखेंगे, rough meaning. I'll give you the rough meaning. उसके बाद आपको right answers point out करने हैं, right meaning. So first is accessible. ऐसी जगह जिससे हम जहां पे हम आसानी से पहुंच पाए, कोई चीज जिसको हम पहुंच पाए या फिर यूज कर सके, उसको बोलते हैं एक्सेसिबल. एडवेंचरस यानी साहसिक, जो एडवेंचर करना पसंद करता है. आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट इज द पीपल हु डिग, जो जमीन खोद के अंदर से पुरानी सिविलाइजेशंस की चीजें निकालते हैं और उनको स्टडी करते हैं. सेरेमोनियल यानी जो एक विधि के लिए होता है, एक रिचुअल, एक सेरेमनी के लिए जो भी चीज होती है उसको बोलते हैं सेरेमोनियल. कंस्ट्रक्ट यानी बनाना, कोई चीज को बांध काम करना. ड्रॉ का दो मीनिंग है. ड्रॉ यानी तो दौड़ना, ड्रॉ करना, दूसरा चित्र बनाना, दूसरा मीनिंग है खींचना, कोई चीज को खींचना. इमेजिनेशन मीन्स कल्पना. इंस्टीट्यूट, कोई संस्था, जो ऐसी संस्था होती है जिसका एक काम करने का एक मिशन होता है, दैट इज एन इंस्टीट्यूट. लग्जरी, जब हमारे पास कुछ करने की एक आजादी है, पैसा है कुछ करने के लिए, दैट इज द लग्जरी. मार्वेल यानी आश्चर्य करना, कोई चीज को देख के हम शॉक हो जाते हैं, दैट इज वी आर मार्वेलिंग एट. एंड देन वी हैव मिस्ट्री मीन्स रहस्य, कोई भी प्रकार का जो रहस्य है उसे हम मिस्ट्री बोलेंगे. नेटिव यानी कोई चीज जो लोकल है, वहां की लोकल है, या फिर वहां के जो आदिवासी लोग होते हैं उनको भी हम नेटिव बोल सकते हैं. नेटवर्क यानी ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल हु आर कनेक्टेड टू ईच अदर, दैट इज नेटवर्क. पर्टेन यानी किसी से जुड़ा हुआ, किसी से लगता हुआ, दैट इज पर्टेन. प्रिसाइसली यानी एग्जैक्टली, राइट, करेक्ट नंबर, दैट इज प्रिसाइजली. प्रिजर्व यानी कोई चीज का संग्रह करना या कोई चीज को बचाना. रिस्ट्रिक्शन यानी रोक टोक. साइट, कोई स्थल जहां पे कोई चीज है, दैट इज अ साइट. स्पेक्टेक्युलर यानी ऐसा दृश्य जो देखने लायक, तो देखने लायक को बोलेंगे स्पेक्टेक्युलर. एंड अपसाइड यानी कोई चीज का बेनिफिट, कोई चीज का एडवांटेज. These are the rough meanings जो हमने अभी पढ़े, and now we are going to match them with the exact meaning. All right, so you guys will tell me the right meaning. Screen visible, right? देखा जाए?
Yes, sir.
Great. So let's start with the first one. Accessible. What is accessible? Match it with the right meaning. यहाँ पे मैंने आपको meaning, rough meaning बताया. अभी आपको बताना है करेक्ट मीनिंग क्या होगा. एक्सेसिबल,
Reachable, easy to get.
वेरी गुड. रीचेबल एंड इजी टू गेट, पहुंचने में, मिलाने में आसान. एडवेंचरस, क्विक, कम ऑन.
Daring, willing to try new adventures.
Correct, it is L. Daring and willing to try something. Correct, that is L. Next one, archaeologist, जो पुराने कल्चर्स को स्टडी करता है, क्या बोलेंगे ऐसे को? Yes, very good. A person who studies ancient cultures. Ceremonial, yes, it is related to traditional or formal practices. जो पुराने जमाने के जो practices, विधि के बारे में, तो क्या है विधि, that is called ceremonial, comes from ceremony. Construct,
To build.
Draw is खींचना, यानी यहाँ पे इसका मीनिंग है to attract, to pull. Next one, imagination.
Ability to think creatively.
Here, the ability to think creatively, form pictures in the mind. दिमाग में चित्र बनाने की जो skill है, that is called imagine. Institute. No, institute is I. To start, to put in place, यानी कोई चीज को स्टार्ट करना, सिखाना, that is also institute. कि यहाँ पे इंस्टीट्यूट किया गया. लग्जरी, लग्जरी यानी महंगी चीजें,
something expensive,
एंड डिजायरेबल बट अननेसेसरी यानी उसकी जरूरत नहीं है. मार्वेल, a wonderful thing, correct, it is a marvel of nature. Mystery,
to be related to something,
mystery is something strange, unknown or difficult to understand. Native, native is okay, original to the place. Next one, network,
to be related to something,
not exactly.
Queue.
Network is queue, yes. Network is a system of various parts that work together, that is a network of things. Pertain, pertain is किसी से लगता हुआ, जुड़ा हुआ, that is pertain, to be related to something, बोलते हैं pertaining to. Precisely, exactly. Preserve, preserve यानी संग्रह करना. And right, to protect or to save. Restriction, ऑफिशियल लिमिट ऑन समथिंग के इसके ऊपर यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट का रिस्ट्रिक्शन है. साइट,
Place.
yes, a place is site. What about spectacular? Wonderful to see, देखने लायक. And last one, upside, किसी का benefit. Answer is F, advantage, good part. Are we clear with all the words that we saw?
yes sir.
All right, so now we'll start with the reading passage. Hiking the Inca Trail, right? So we have done the words. Now I'll ask you guys to read it. All right, so first person to read, Yazad, please read the first paragraph.
Sure sir. Hiking the Inca Trail. Sitting high in the Andes Mountains in Peru, the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu have captured the imaginations of travelers ever since they were rediscovered by archaeologist Hiram Bingham in 1911. The name Machu Picchu means old peak in the native Incan language. The site had probably been considered a scared place since long before the ancient Incas arrived there. The Incas built a ceremonial city on the site that included palaces, temples, storage rooms, baths, and houses, all constructed from heavy blocks of granite fitted precisely together. Although is known about the activities that took place in the ancient city, it appears that one of its functions was an astronomical observatory. The so-called Inhautana stone located at the site was used to mark the autumn and spring equinox as well as other astronomical events.
Sitting high in the Andes mountain in Peru, Peru में एकदम ऊपर पहाड़ों पे, the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu एक civilization थी और उनकी जो खंडर चीजें थी जो उन्होंने बनाई थी, जो हमने कई बार मूवीज में वगैरह में देखी है. If you have not seen it, Machu Picchu is often portrayed like this. So it's a very famous place. This is what Machu Picchu looks like. You'll get a glimpse. Can you see it?
Yes.
So, what is a Machu Picchu? Right. All right. तो ये ऊपर जो चीज है, have captured the imagination of travelers. कई सारे लोगों का imagination उन्होंने कैद किया है ever since they were rediscovered by archaeologist Hiram Bingham in 1911. जब उसने वहां पे वो चीज देखी तब से लोगों का वापस उसके अंदर इंटरेस्ट बढ़ गया है. आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट था हिरम. The name Machu Picchu means old peak. उसका मीनिंग है पुरानी जो पहाड़े हैं उसको बोलते हैं Machu Picchu in the native Incan language, उनकी लैंग्वेज में. And the site, ये जो स्थल है, had probably been considered a sacred place. A sacred यानी एक पवित्र स्थल माना जाता होगा वहां पे जहाँ पे वो लोग शायद प्रेयर्स करते होंगे. Since long before the ancient Incas arrived there. यानी वो जगह को ही बहुत पवित्र माना जाता था. The Incas built a ceremonial city on that site, on the site that included palaces, temples, storage rooms, baths and houses. जैसे हम बद्रीनाथ केदारनाथ कैसे बनाया हुआ है, ऊपर की जगह जहाँ पे लोग प्रार्थना के लिए जाते हैं, तो वैसे ही इनकास लोगों ने वहां पे एक सेरिमोनियल सिटी बनाया जहां पे लोग जा सके. वहां पे बहुत सारी चीजें क्रिएट की, ऑल कंस्ट्रक्टेड फ्रॉम हेवी ब्लॉक्स ऑफ ग्रेनाइट. वहां का ही पत्थर फिटेड प्रिसाइजली टुगेदर, यानी पत्थरों को एक साथ लेके उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे से उसे बनाया. Although little is known about the activities that took place in the ancient city, हमें बहुत कम या बिल्कुल पता ही नहीं है कि वहां पे कौन सी एक्टिविटीज होती थी. It appears, लेकिन ऐसा लगता है that one of its function was as an astronomical observatory. उसका एक फंक्शन ये था कि हम ऊपर आकाश में, ब्रह्मांड में ऊपर देखें और उसे ऑब्जर्व करें, यानी जो सितारे नक्षत्र है उसे देखने के लिए ये जगह बनाई गई. The so-called Intihuatana stone, वहां का जो एक पत्थर है, located at the site, was used to mark the autumn and spring equinoxes. Equinoxes का मीनिंग क्या होता है? जब सूरज पूरे अर्थ के आजू बाजू में घूमता है और जब दिन और रात दोनों सेम हो जाते हैं और दोनों की लेंथ सेम, यानी एग्जैक्ट सेम 12 आवर्स ऑफ डे एंड 12 आवर्स ऑफ नाइट, तो उसे बोलते हैं इक्विनॉक्स. तो वो दौर को ये लोग मार्क करते थे as well as other astronomical events, यानी जो आकाश में होने वाले जो घटनाएं थी वो वहां पे पत्थरों पे वो लोग लिखते थे. Let's read the next one. Avi, can you read the next para? Avi, are you there with us?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The spectacular natural setting, the wonders of architectural and engineering skills embodied in the well-preserved buildings, and the mysteries of the ancient culture draw thousands of tourists from around the world every year. The nearest city in Cusco, about 30 miles away. From there, tourists can take trains and buses to the ruins. A popular route for the more adventurous is to hike along the Inca Trail. The ancient Inca created a network of trails throughout the mountains, some of which are still in existence. The Inca Trail to Machu Picchu, used by hikers today, was likely considered a sacred route in its time, used by travelers making pilgrimage to their ceremonial site. Although the Inca Trail leads to the wonders of Machu Picchu, it offers many marvels of its own. Hikers are treated to magnificent views of glacier-covered peaks above the tropical valleys below in the journey over high mountain passes. Many species of orchids can be seen, as well as kinds of birds, from tiny hummingbirds to the splendid Andean condor. The Inca Trail also passes by ruins of other ceremonial sites on the way to the grand destination of Machu Picchu.
The spectacular natural setting, यानी उसको जिस जगह पे बनाया गया है वो इतना दृश्य देखने लायक है. The wonders of architectural and engineering skills, यानी उनकी engineering skills और वो बनाने की architectural skills दोनों को साथ में मिला के embodied in the well preserved buildings, और ये सारी चीजें हमें उनकी buildings में दिखाई देती है. And the mysteries of the ancient cultures, और वहां की वो जगह की जो रहस्य है, जो हम कल्पना करते हैं कि यहाँ पे क्या होता होगा, draw thousands of tourists from around the world every year. हजारों लोग वो चीज को देखने आते हैं. उसके नजदीकी जो शहर है इस कुस्को, that is about 30 miles away. From there, tourists can take trains and buses to the ruins. यहाँ पे आने के लिए लोग ट्रेन्स या बसेस लेते हैं. A popular route for the more adventurous, और कुछ जो लोग ज्यादा साहसिक है, is to hike along the Inca Trail. तो वो लोग डायरेक्टली पहाड़ों पे चढ़ के ऊपर आते हैं. The ancient, हमने जो वर्ड्स अभी देखे थे ऊपर, वही वर्ड्स यहाँ पे रिपीट हो रहे हैं. So it's easy for you to understand. The ancient Inca created a network of trails. उन्होंने पत्थरों में से ऐसे रास्ते बनाए पहाड़ों में चढ़ने के लिए throughout the mountains, some of which are still in existence. और वो जो रास्ते जो पहाड़ी से बनाए थे वो आज भी वहां पे है. The Inca Trail to Machu Picchu, ऊपर चढ़ने का जो रास्ता है, used by hikers today, was likely considered a sacred route in its time. उस रास्ते को भी बहुत पवित्र माना जाता था, and used by travelers making pilgrimages to the ceremonial site. और वहां पे उस जमाने में जो लोग आते थे वहां पे यात्रा करने के लिए वो रास्ता यूज करते थे। Although the Inca Trail leads to the wonders of Machu Picchu, वो रास्ता आपको ऊपर तक ले जाता है, it offers many marvels of its own। वो खुद के ही बहुत सारी अच्छी अच्छी चीजें वो रास्ते के अंदर ही है। Hikers are treated to magnificent views। जो चढ़ने वाले हैं उनको बहुत अच्छे अच्छे दृश्य देखने को मिलते हैं of glacier covered peaks। वो बर्फों से भरा हुआ चट्टान जो है, पहाड़ है, वो दिखाई देते हैं अबाव, एंड ट्रॉपिकल वैलीज, नीचे ग्रीन वैलीज दिखाई देती है बिलो इन देयर जर्नीज। वैली यानी खाई, ग्रीन खाई दिखाई देती है इन देयर जर्नीज ओवर हाई माउंटेन पासेस। Many species of orchids, orchid is a flower, can be seen as well as all kinds of birds। छोटे छोटे हमिंगबर्ड, बड़ी बर्ड से लेके टू द स्प्लेंडिड Andean condor, ये सारे पक्षी दिखाई देते हैं। The Inca Trail also passes by ruins of other ceremonial sites। और वहां से वो रास्ते में दूसरे भी पवित्र चीजें आती है on the way to the grand destination of Machu Picchu। यानी आप वहां पे जाने के टाइम बहुत सारी चीजें आपको देखने को मिलेगी। Alright, let's read the next one। Prachi, can you read the next one?
Yes. Tourists have been hiking.
Yeah.
Tourists have been hiking the Inca Trail since the early part of the 20th century, and for much of that time there was no regulations. Hikers could travel when they pleased and camp whenever they chose. However, the trip has become so popular that in 2005, the Peruvian government instituted a set of restrictions on the use of trail. To protect the natural environment and preserve the ruins, no more than 500 people a day are allowed to enter the trail. Because each group that sets out includes guides and porters, the number of tourists entering the trail each day is probably closer to 200. In addition, both tour companies and individual guides must be licensed. There are also legal requirements that pertain to minimum wage that porters must be paid, as well as the maximum weight load they can required to carry. Fees for trial use help pay for upkeep of trail and the ruins. All these regulations and fees combined for a more expensive trip, and this made it a luxurious accessible for fewer people. The upside is that the environment and the workers are protected.
All right, so last para is tourists have been hiking। यहाँ पे यात्री लोग जो आते हैं वो इस जमाने में कब से आ रहे हैं? Since the early part of the 20th century। 20th century यानी 1900 से लोग आना चालू कर दिए, and for much of that time there were no regulations। लेकिन वहां पे कोई तरह का रोक टोक या रूल्स नहीं था। Hikers could travel when they please। उनको जब आना है आते थे, and camp wherever they chose। वो कहीं भी अपना टेंट बना के रह सकते थे। However, the trip has become so popular that in 2005 वहां की जो गवर्नमेंट थी पेरू की, that is the Peruvian government, instituted, उन्होंने स्थापित किए a set of restrictions, रोक टोक लगाए on the use of the trail, कि आप वो रास्ते को कैसे ही यूजलेसली ट्रीट नहीं कर सकते। To protect the natural environment and preserve the ruins, वो सारी वो जो चीजें जो बनाई हुई है उनको बचाने के लिए no more than 500 people a day are allowed to enter the trail। Now there's a limit of 500, capping आ गया, because each group that sets out include guides and porters। porters यानी जो कुली होते हैं, जो वजन उठाते हैं, और guides, तो उसके अंदर ये लोग भी होते हैं। The number of tourists entering the trail each day is probably closer to 200, यानी 200 लोग आ जाते हैं। In addition, both two companies and individual guides must be licensed। यानी कोई इधर ही no Tom, Dick and Harry can just come there। You need to be licensed। There are also legal requirements that pertain to the minimum wage। यानी कुछ legal requirement भी है related to the minimum wage। The porter must be paid। यानी जो कुली ऊपर आप ले जाते हो उसको इतना पैसा आपको देना है, as well as the maximum weight load they can be required to carry, यानी आप कुछ भी वजन हो तो उसकी भी लिमिट है। फी फॉर ट्रेल, वहां पे चढ़ने के लिए जो फी है, यूज ट्रेल यूज हेल्प पे फॉर अपकीप ऑफ द ट्रेल, ट्रेल को मेंटेन करने के लिए वो पैसा इकट्ठा किया जाता है इन द रूइंस। All these regulations and fees combined for a more expensive trip, और इससे ट्रिप थोड़ा महंगा हो जाता है, and this has made it a luxury accessible to fewer people, और इस वजह से हर कोई ये ट्रिप नहीं लेता है because it's costly. The upside, लेकिन इसका फायदा ये है is that the environment and the workers are protected, यानी वहां के लोगों को सही दाम मिल रहा है, पैसा मिल रहा है, और environment का पतन नहीं हो रहा है। So now answer these questions, 9 questions, fill in the blanks. Try to give me answers from your mind if you can, otherwise we'll look for it. Choose no more than one word. The Machu Picchu is an ancient dash city in the Andes mountain of Peru. What kind of city is it? Quickly.
Archaeological.
Is it archaeological city? City cannot be archaeological. A person does archaeological work. What is this city? This city is a ceremonial city.
Ceremonial city.
Yeah, ये इसको प्रार्थना करने के लिए बनाया गया है. So Machu Picchu is what? It is a ceremonial city. Here's your first answer. In the Andes mountain of the Peru, it was rediscovered by N Dash in 1911. Who was the guy who discovered it? We don't need the name. We need his profession, and that profession
An
starts with a
archaeologist.
vowel. Archaeologist. कौन था वो? It was an archaeologist. It is not precisely clear. ये बात स्पष्ट नहीं है how the ancient Incas used the site. कैसे यूज करते थे वो पता नहीं है, but experts believe, उनका मानना है that at least some of its dash pertain to astronomy. उसका कुछ dash astronomy से लगा हुआ है. Astronomy के related क्या था? It appears that one of its dash was as an astronomical observation. Come on.
Function.
Function, right here it is. It appears that उसका एक जो उपयोग था, वो उपयोग क्या था? Archaeological. So the answer is astronomy. To pertain to astronomy. So what is it? One of its function. Some of its functions pertain to astronomy. The wonders of Machu Picchu dash visitors from all around the world. दुनिया की सारी जगह से लोगों को खींचता है. कौन सा वर्ड है? थर्ड लाइन, सेकेंड पैरा. Mysteries of the ancient culture dash thousands of tourists from around the world every year. What does it do? It draw. खींचना is again draw. हमने पहले सीखा रीडिंग में. So answer is draw. Many visitors like to reach the site by hiking the Inca Trail. वो पहाड़ों के रास्तों से ऊपर चढ़ना पसंद करते हैं. Part of a dash of trails originally made by the ancient Inca. Part of what? कैसे trails थे वो? सारे एक दूसरे से connected है. यहाँ पे है. A tourist route for the more adventurous is to hike along the Inca Trail. The Inca Trail created a dash of trails throughout the mountains. What they've created? They created a network of trails. समझ आवे छे बधाने?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So the answer here is part of a network. Part of a network of trails originally made by the ancient Inca. This is a trip for dash people. कैसे लोगों के लिए है वो? साहसिक लोग, adventurous people. Along the way, रास्तों में hikers can enjoy many dash such as spectacular views and interesting flowers and birds. ये तीन चीजों के लिए कौन सा वर्ड यूज किया गया है? वो रास्तों में दूसरी चीज भी एंजॉय कर सकते हैं. कौन सी चीज है? यहाँ पे लिखा है although the Inca trail leads to the wonders of Machu Picchu, it offers many marvels of its own. वो खुद के अलग अलग आश्चर्यजनक चीजें दिखाता है, जैसे कि व्यूज, बर्ड्स, एनिमल्स, ऑर्किड्स, बर्ड्स, ये है, और ये सारे चीज. What are these things called? They are all different types of what? They are all marvels. So the answer here is hikers can enjoy many marvels such as spectacular views and interesting flowers and birds. Flowers में आ गया orchid, birds के नाम आ गए, and view आ गया glacier वाला. Because such large numbers of people use the Inca trail, इतने सारे लोग use करते थे, the Peruvian government had to take steps. उन्हें ऐसे पगले, ऐसे कदम उठाने पड़े to dash the ruins and the environment. क्या करने के लिए? बचाने के लिए कौन सा word use किया गया है?
Preserve.
Exactly. To protect the natural environment and preserve the ruins. To preserve the ruins, the environment, the ruins and the environment. It has instituted a number of, सरकार ने नए rules लगाए हैं of restrictions as well as fees. Because of this, the hiking the trail has become an expensive dash that many people cannot afford. वो एक महंगी क्या बन गई है? Luxury, correct. It has become an expensive luxury that many people cannot afford. Here it is. This has made it a luxury accessible to fewer people, less people. Are you clear with the passage? Word समझ पड़ा बता सीखवा मा? नवा words आपने सीखा है बता, right? So we learned the words. Now we are going to look at some word families quickly. तो word है access, यानी पहुंच. तो access के अलग अलग रूप हम देखेंगे. Access एक noun है. The Inca Trail provides one way to gain access to Machu Picchu. ये example है. उसकी quality है accessibility. That is also a noun. The trail from Cusco increases accessibility to Machu Picchu. वहाँ पे जाने की ability. That is called accessibility. Verb है, जैसा वलसाड में हमारे पास तिथल बीच है. It is providing accessibility to handicapped people. Handicapped लोग भी तिथल बीच को enjoy कर सकते हैं. Verb है access, यानी कोई चीज तक पहुंचना. Fewer people can access the site because the trip has become so expensive. बहुत कम लोग ये साइट तक पहुंच पाते हैं क्योंकि वहां की ट्रिप बहुत महंगी है. Adjective यानी accessible, जो चीज हम पहुंच सकते हैं वैसा. Machu Picchu is accessible by plane, train और hiking. ये तीन तरह से हम उसे पहुंच सकते हैं. Inaccessible ऐसी जगह जहां पे हम पहुंच नहीं सकते हैं. Machu Picchu is inaccessible except by train, plane और hiking. इन तीनों चीज के बिना वो inaccessible है. Are you clear with the word access? Now we look at the word adventure. Adventure is, you know what is an adventure. A trip to Machu Picchu was a great adventure. जो इंसान adventure करता है is called an adventurer. We felt like modern day adventurers. हमें लगा हम modern day adventurers हैं. Verb is also their adventure. साहसिक कार्य करना. We adventured into places where few people visit. Adventurous is the quality, adjective. Adventurous people enjoy hiking in the Andes mountain. और साहसिक कार्य की तरह, that is adventurously, adverb. We hiked adventurously over tall peaks and steep cliffs. Next word is archaeologist. The person who does it. An archaeologist is interested in ancient cultures. The science of it, the study of it is called archaeology. The field of archaeology has taught us a great deal about the ancient world. हमें पुरानी दुनिया के बारे में बहुत कुछ उसने सिखाया है, archaeology. And archaeological उसके related. Machu Picchu is one of the most visited archaeological sites in the world. Next word we are looking at is luxury, right? So luxury एक noun है. Hiring porters, कुली को hire कर to carry your equipment on a hiking trip is quite a luxury. ये बहुत बड़ा एक luxury है. Luxuriate यानी किसी luxuriate means to enjoy the comfort. After returning from a week of hiking in the mountains, we luxuriated in the comfort of our bed. हमने वो luxury को enjoy किया. Luxurious. A simple bed felt luxurious after a week-long hiking trip. पूरी week hiking करने के बाद एक simple bed भी बहुत अच्छा लगता है. And luxuriously, we dined luxuriously on campaign and chocolate. इन चीजों पे हमने luxuriously enjoy किया. Then we have restriction, यानी रोक टोक. Restrictions are necessary to preserve the environment. पर्यावरण को बचाने के लिए ये चीज रोक टोक जरूरी है. Restrict यानी रोक टोक लगाना. It's a verb. The government restricts large number of people from entering the area. बहुत लोगों को अंदर जाने से रोकता है. An adjective is restrictive. ऐसी कोई चीज जो दूसरों को रोकती है. The rules may be restrictive. ये जो नीति नियम है वो लोगों को अटकाते हैं. But they're meant to protect the place, the area. लेकिन उनका अर्थ, उनका मतलब यही है कि वो एरिया को बचा सके. Last one, precision. Precision is the exactness, the correctness. The blocks were fitted together with great precision. उस जगह पे बड़े-बड़े जो blocks थे उसको बहुत सही तरीके से लगाया गया. Precise यानी एकदम correct, perfect. Archaeologists have many theories, but few precise ideas about the ceremonial functions of Machu Picchu. लेकिन बहुत कम आइडिया है हमारे पास कि उसका ceremonial function क्या था. Last is precisely, यानी exactly. We arrived at the site at precisely 5 o'clock. Right time पे हम आ गए. All right. So these are the words, and now we go on to the words. So you have to tell me what will be the right fit here, the exact fit. Give me the correct answer. We'll be just selecting the right answer, nothing else. Hiking the Inca Trail is a popular way to dash Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu को access करने के लिए accesses or accessible. 1, 2, and 3. Select the right one for first.
Access.
Correct. It is a popular way to access Machu Picchu. Next one. However, the Peruvian government has dash use of the trail. So not everyone is able to make the trip. कैसा उनका use है? Government has dash use. Restrictions use, restricted use, or restrictive use?
Restrictive.
Restricted, yeah, it's a restricted use. The upside is that hiking is not the only way to get there. And because it is not a particularly dash way to travel, many methods might be other methods might be preferable. It's luxury, luxurious, and luxurious. It is not particularly a
Luxurious.
yes, luxurious way to travel. You can get to the dash site by train, on bus, and they will get you there much faster than hiking.
Archaeological.
Archaeological, yes, you can get to the archaeological site. When you arrive in Cusco, you can check the schedules. You may not be able to leave at dash the time you wish. Precision, precise, or precisely.
Precisely.
Precise the time नहीं आया ना. You may not be able to leave at precisely the time you wish, but you should be able to work out a schedule that is convenient. Whatever method you choose to get there, a trip to Machu Picchu is always a great dash. Adventure, adventurous, or adventure? Which one?
Adventure.
Adventure.
Correct. So you got it? Everyone got it? Nice. All right. Now dictionary meaning. So जो हमने words किए उसका दो meaning भी होता है. Many words have more than one meaning. So read the definition and read the sentences and write the correct answer. Definition for each one. तो word है हमारे पास institute. तो पहला जो हम जानते हैं meaning वो है a type of organization. लेकिन institute का दूसरा meaning है as a verb to start, to put into place. स्थापना करना, चालू करना. So now you tell me which is A and which is B. The government found an institute of archaeology to promote the study of ancient cultures. A or B?
B.
B.
B, correct. Government का ये plan है. That's a B. The school plans to institute a summer program for students who are interested in archaeology. This is
A.
Right? Two words of meaning of institute. Second word, draw. Draw का एक meaning क्या है? To make a picture using pencil and crayons. जो हमें पता है, चित्र बनाना. And second meaning है to attract and pull, आकर्षित करना. So answer, people like to draw the beautiful mountain scenery around Machu Picchu.
B.
Is B, लोगों को draw करना पसंद है. The interesting birds and flowers draw many people to the mountains around Machu Picchu. लोग वहां पे देखने आते हैं. यानी ये चीजें लोगों को आकर्षित करती है. Okay, and now we come to the listening part. Write no more than one word for each answer. Read the questions very carefully. So information for visitors, no more than one word. Restrictions, stay on the dash paths, dash the building between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. only. Enter the dash area only with a guide. And then we have entry fees for children and adults, 15 and 10. Dash crafts are available for sale in the gift shop. Here we go.
Unit 6, Tourism, Hiking the Inca Trail. Listen to a tour guide at an archaeological site.
Good morning and welcome. I'm sure you'll enjoy your visit to this archaeological site. One of the greatest mysteries of this site is the question of how it was built. How were the ancient people able to construct such spectacular buildings out of such heavy stones without the help of modern technology? We'll explore this and other mysteries pertaining to their culture during our tour today. Before we begin, let me go over a few restrictions. In order to preserve the site, we ask you to walk only on the network of paths, which is clearly marked. After the tour, you may walk around the site as you please, but remember that you can access the buildings only between 10 o'clock and 4 o'clock. The grounds stay open until 6. You can access any building you wish on your own except for the ceremonial area. That building is open only to groups with guides, and we'll be visiting it on our tour today. If you haven't bought your tickets yet, please do so now. They're available over here at the counter, $15 for adults and $10 for children. After the tour is over, you might want to visit our gift shop, where we have an array of native crafts for sale.
So recently I taught you one word. Variety માટે કયો word use કરેલો? ARRAY, array of.
Array.
Right? So she said, just said it right now. Okay, there's an array of dash gifts. So let's start with the first one. Stay on the dash of paths.
Network.
Network. Dash the building.
Access.
Access the building. Enter the dash area.
Ceremonial.
Right. And last is
Native.
Right? Native. So there's an array of native crafts, right? So she uses the word native. Look at.
You might want to visit our gift shop, where we have an array of native crafts for sale.
Array of native crafts for sale. Are we clear with all of them?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So let's go to the next part here. So look at, this is a writing task. Large number of visitors endanger sensitive archaeological sites such as Machu Picchu. In your opinion, is it more important to try to preserve such sites or to allow public access to them? लोगों को वहां पे जाने देना चाहिए या फिर ऐसी जैसे जो इतनी सारी important valuable जगह है उसे बचा के रखना चाहिए? So that's your task here. And here, look at, we have the speaking here. What kind of adventures are attractive to you? What kind of luxuries do you enjoy? And is it important to you to have luxuries? Right? Let's look at some of a sample writing task that we might have here. All right, so here is a sample. Look at, the preservation of archaeological sites is extremely important. बहुत जरूरी है. The reason is quite simple. Once they are gone, they're gone forever. एक बार चला गया तो चला गया. Those who hope to preserve such sites need to provide education so that the public understands their importance. तो अगर आप कोई चीज को लोगों को एक्सेस देना चाहते हो कि लोग आ सके, तो हमें लोगों को पहले तो ये सिखाना होगा कि उसे कैसे अच्छे से maintain करना है. Archaeological sites contain buildings and objects that have been around for a long time, for thousands of years in some cases. बहुत पुरानी, हजारों सालों पुरानी चीजें हैं. They provide us with a connection to past civilization. पुरानी पूर्वजों की जो civilizations है उसके साथ एक हमें connection देता है to the people who came before us. They contain valuable information about our ancestors and where we came from. हम कहाँ से आए, उसकी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है. If we lose this information, we lose the possibility of learning many things about our history. हमें हमारे इतिहास के बारे में सीखने से कई चीजें हम रह जाएंगे अगर हम इस चीज को गुमा दे. It is terrible to think that something that has lasted for thousands of years can be destroyed in a relatively short period of time by the idle curiosity of modern tourists. यानी ये दुखद चीज है कि भाई कोई भी मस्ती मजाक में हजारों साल पुरानी इतनी कीमती चीज को ऐसे ही मजाक में 2-3 सेकंड्स में तोड़ सकता है. So often people are interested in visiting these sites because it is a popular thing to do. They are not drawn to a place out of respect or appreciation for what it represents. लेकिन लोगों को उसकी कदर नहीं है कि ये किस चीज को दिखाता है, इतिहास को दिखाता है. वो क्यों जाते हैं? Because वो चीज popular है. They go there because everyone else goes, or because they want an interesting adventure. Therefore, education is very important. People need to understand the meaning and value of these ancient sites and the impact that tourism has on them. This is an important part of preserving these sites. Then, if access to sites is restricted, agar rok tok lagai jaye, perhaps people will understand the reasons why and will not protest it so much. तो फिर लोग उसका विरोध नहीं करेंगे. Whether or not the general public agrees, however, everything possible must be done to preserve archaeological sites. हमें हर कोई चीज करनी चाहिए जिससे हम उसे preserve कर पाए. That is the end of the reading and vocab session.